Hello, and welcome to our program. Thank you for joining us today. And in this episode, we are going to dive into an exciting and thought provoking topic challenging traditional notions of gender and sexuality. Before we begin, let me share a bit about myself, our program, and the course we'll be exploring together. We have a topic for today, which is homosexuality should be or should not be considered as deviant behavior. Who am I? I am your host for today, and I am a passionate advocate for social justice and equality. I have dedicated my career to promoting understanding and inclusivity in our society. Through this program, we aim to spark meaningful conversations and shed light on different perspectives on important issues. I am Michelle Angela J. Malaya, a second year student of Master of Criminal Justice Education at the University of Mindanao, and under the subject of MCJ215 with a course of 4239 Deviant Behavior. Let us have now the introduction. Our program is designed to explore various topics that challenges societal norms and encourage critical thinking. Today, we will be discussing a particular area of study known as queer theory. This critical approach challenges traditional notions of gender and sexuality, arguing that they are not fixed or innate but rather socially constructed. Our course delves into the works of influential scholars such as Judith Butler and Michael Foucault, who have shaped the field of queer theory. We will examine their ideas and how they have influenced our understanding of sexual orientation and gender identity. Throughout the course, we will explore the social construction of deviance theory, which argues that deviance is not inherent in any behavior but is created by social norms. We will analyze how this theory challenges the view that homosexuality is deviant, as it highlights the variation of deviance across cultures and over time. Additionally, we will explore the biological theories of homosexuality. Recent scientific research suggests that sexual orientation is influenced by both genetic and environmental factors. These studies challenge the notion that homosexuality is a choice or a mental disorder. Our aim is to foster open mindedness and understanding. We encourage respectful dialogue and the exploration of diverse perspectives. Together, we will delve into these theories, critically analyze them, and engage in thoughtful discussions. So, get ready to embark on this fascinating journey with me, and I invite you to join these traditional notions of gender and sexuality and explore the rich and complex landscape of human experiences. So, let's get started with our discussion for this day. We have here queer theory. So, this was developed by scholars like Judith Butler and Michael Foucault, as I've mentioned earlier in my introduction. So, during the 1980s, they were challenged with traditional notions of gender and sexuality. And mainly, these two scholars developed queer theory. And they argued that sexual orientation and gender identity are not fixed or innate, but rather socially constructed. When we say queer theory, it has been influential in challenging the view that homosexuality is deviant, as it questions the binary understanding of sexuality and emphasizes the fluidity, and diversity of human experiences. The social construction of deviance theory, advocated by scholars such as I've mentioned, Judith Butler and Michael Foucault, since the 1960s, argues that deviance is not inherently present in any behavior, but rather created by social norms. This theory challenges the perception of homosexuality as deviant by highlighting that ideas of deviance vary across cultures and change over time. By questioning the social construction of deviance, this perspective opens up space to challenge the stigmatization of homosexuality. And of course, we have now the biological theories of homosexuality. Let's talk about biological theories. This has emerged in recent decades with researchers like Dean Hamer and Simon Levy exploring genetic and biological influences on sexual orientation. This body of scientific research challenges the notion that homosexuality is a choice or a mental disorder. By demonstrating the biological basis of homosexuality, these theories provide support for the argument that homosexuality is a natural variation of human sexuality and should not be considered deviant. These theories, along with a range of other perspectives within criminology and related fields, contribute to the understanding that homosexuality should not be considered deviant behavior. They emphasize the importance of challenging societal norms, recognizing the diversity of human experience, and promoting acceptance and equality for all individuals, regardless of their sexual orientation. Now, let's talk about homosexuality in the Bible and in the Quran. Now, this sounds a bit heavy because we're talking about Bible and the Quran. So, in the Quran, the verse there shall be no compulsion and acceptance of their religion is often interpreted as highlighting the importance of freedom and non-coercion. Some proponents they argue that this verse suggests that individuals should not be forced to conform to societal norms regarding sexual orientation. Additionally, the verse "and of his signs is the creation of the heavens and the earth in the diversity of your languages and your colors. Indeed, in that are signs for those of knowledge," is seen by some as emphasizing the diversity of creation and the acceptance of differences among individuals. It is crucial to note that interpretations of religious texts can vary among individuals and religious communities. Different scholars, denominations, and sects may have differing views on these verses and how they relate to homosexuality. Some interpretations may emphasize love, acceptance, and equality, while others may hold more conservative perspectives. Engaging in respectful dialogue and understanding the historical and cultural context of religious texts is important in interpreting these provisions. Let's have now homosexuality as a practicing criminologist. Practicing criminologist. As a practicing criminologist, my view on whether or not homosexuality should be considered as deviant behavior is that it should not be. Homosexuality is a natural variation in human sexuality, and it's not harmful to the individual or society. In fact, research has shown that homosexual people are just as likely to be law abiding citizens as heterosexual people. The concept of deviance is socially constructed and varies from culture to culture. What is considered deviant in one culture may be perfectly acceptable in another. Homosexuality is a normal in healthy sexual orientation, and there is no reason to consider it deviant. There are a number of reasons why homosexuality should not be considered deviant. First, it is a natural variation in human sexuality. There is evidence to suggest that homosexuality is influenced by both genetic and environmental factors. Second, homosexuality is not harmful to the individual or society. Homosexual people are just likely to be law-abiding citizens and productive members of society as heterosexual people. Third, homosexuality is not a choice. People are born gay and they cannot change their sexual orientation. It is important to note that there is a deviance and crime. Deviance is simply a behavior that does not conform to social norms. Crime is a behavior that is specifically prohibited by law. Homosexuality is not a crime in any country in the world. In conclusion, homosexuality should not be considered a deviant behavior, and it is a natural variation in human sexuality that is not harmful to the individual or society. It is important to challenge the social norms that stigmatize homosexuality and to promote tolerance and acceptance. And to end this episode, I'd like to say the last phrase: love is love. Thank you for listening, everyone, and I hope you have learned something from me today. Goodbye!